somewhere.
Go that way. Go that way.
What?
Just go that way.
Keep following niggas. Go the other way. Look, just for the cameras, we don't want no problems with these boys. They keep following us.
Welcome back to Andrew Said. Remember, I wouldn't lie to you except for maybe this once. By now you've heard about ASAP Rocky being formally charged with assault causing bodily harm, facing up to 2 years in prison, if you can believe it. Now, what I originally saw is this, that we're putting up for you right now. I only originally saw him throwing this guy, his friends, beating him a little bit. It's not like a bad beating or anything, but they beat him up. That's my first thought. My second thought is he didn't kill, he didn't sexually assault anyone, he didn't cause serious injury. Send him back to the United States, let America handle it, because why would you want that? But it looked bad, and lots of people are saying how bad it looked, and I agreed with them. Saying it's a waste of time for Trump to get involved, saying it's a waste of time for all of us, when this is a guy who shouldn't be getting special treatment, and he's going over to a foreign country and beating somebody up just for, wanting to be his fan, or maybe mouthing off a little bit, he deserves it, blah, blah, blah. But after seeing the pretext to what happened, after seeing what the guy does, following ASAP Rocky around, assaulting his bodyguard, why don't I just show you? Go ahead and take a look.
Yo, bro, chill, go somewhere. Go somewhere, bro. Go ahead, go somewhere.
Go that way. Go that way.
What?
Just go that way.
Keep following niggas. Go the other way.
He's following us. Go that way.
Fight, retreat. No, bro, nobody wants to fight with him, bro. Go that way, bro. Go that way. Nobody wants to fight with him. Go that way.
My headphone, you're trusting. You're trusting my headphone. Give me my headphone. Give me my headphone.
Yo, we gonna have to fix these niggas, bro.
You're fucking my headphone. Why you touch me?
Bro, we don't want no problem.
Don't say nothing.
Go that way,
Why you
bro.
touch me?
Just go that way, man. I'm not too Mexican. You go that way?
I'm not sick.
Before I slap the dog shit out of you, go down that way. You're trying me right now. Go that way.
I don't understand.
Get out of here.
Yo, go
Hey,
somewhere,
go.
bro.
Come on.
Hey,
Go this way. My iPhone. My headphone.
Go this way.
My friend.
Go this way.
You know?
Go this way.
You know?
Go this way.
Listen. We don't want to fight y'all. We're not trying to go to jail.
My headphone is
Look,
fucking
you
my headphone.
hit him with it.
I want my headphone.
I understand that you
with
hit him with it,
I
bro.
want
Goes up down the street.
You don't
You fucked
understand.
it.
Go down the street.
You fucked it.
Go down the street.
Listen, bro.
Let's not talk about
It's
it.
okay, bro.
You fucking
It's all right. Chill.
Why
bro.
you? Man, I want my headphone.
Stop.
Why you stop? He fucked with my iPhone.
Here, you following us. Go that way.
Let's go this way. This is your area. Go that way. We going this way.
I want you fucking me.
Bro, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm going the other way, bro. Go that way, bro.
Go that way.
Look, just for the cameras, we don't want no problems with these boys. They keep following us. Look at them. They keep following us.
Yo, stop following me, man.
Nah, he hit him with the headphones. That's it.
Sweetie, he hit me with the headphones. He cut me on my head. I could really beat the shit out of him. I don't even know him. He's following us. We don't even know him. So tell him to leave us alone.
Go somewhere. Go that way, bro, before you get hurt. We don't want to hurt y'all. Go that way, bro.
Domenica vergonha, não só der, ok?
For real,
Thank
look.
you,
Go that way, bro. Go that way, bro.
Drink, por isso sim.
Go that way.
Okay, can we tell them who you guys are so they can
No,
leave
don't
it
tell
alone?
them nothing.
Tell him nothing. They don't need us.
Okay, geen chama,
Going about
Tell
our
him to go
business.
about his business.
Tell them they follow us. They gonna
Tell him to go ahead.
Tell him to stop following.
But does it keep following?
Yo, bro, what you doing, bro?
Yo, go somewhere, man.
These guys touch you and stuff
Yeah,
like
they keep, we don't even
No,
know.
they're just
They
following.
keep touching us and following us.
This other guy,
Yeah.
he slapped my ass and my girlfriend's ass.
So I don't know about you, but after that, my mind is almost completely changed. There's a lot more factors here. The fact that this guy's not being charged with anything is very surprising. And looking into it more, the treatment of A$AP Rocky and the treatment of what seems to be perceived criminals in general in Sweden is kind of shocking. So here's some quotes. U.S. consulate likens jail cell to a toilet. U.S. sources say an official from the U.S. Embassy in Sweden told A$AP Rocky's team. The person from the U.S. consulate who visited Rocky in jail reported back, walking into that place was like walking into a toilet. Rapper is sleeping on a yoga mat with no blankets. There's a prisoner in the next cell with severe mental issues, slamming his head on the concrete wall, hurling feces every which way, which are not cleaned up. The water, we're told, is not clean. The food is not edible. For the first 5 days, A$AP Rocky only ate an apple a day, and that's it. We're told it's a filthy, disease-ridden facility. Now the manager, we got a quote from him. Some of the inhumane conditions Rocky and his colleagues are facing at the Stockholm Detention Center include 24/7 solitary confinement, restriction of amenities for the most basic of human functions, access to palatable and life-sustaining food, as well as unsanitary conditions. Now, I originally had heard he's in terrible sanitary conditions, feces being hurled everywhere. And the first thing I thought is that doesn't sound like Sweden to me. That doesn't sound like Sweden where they welcome immigrants from everywhere and they're super feminist and their jails are known to be quite pleasant comparably to other places. But when I start looking into it, there's actually people who corroborate the story. Andrew Schultz, comedian, Charlemagne the God radio host, here they are on a show with I'm guessing somebody in Andrew Schultz's crew or one of his friends who said they've been to Sweden and been in jail in Sweden and that this is all correct. Check it out.
So got into a fight with a bouncer in Sweden. Sweden bouncers are public officials.
Okay.
So that's why I got charged with crime. The first 3 days when you get locked up, they do this intentionally to everybody they lock up.
Mm-hmm.
They throw you in a dark, cold room. I had just a t-shirt and some sweats that didn't even fit me. I was on the yoga mat, that is correct. The room was dirty. I didn't speak to anybody for like the first 12 hours I was locked up. Didn't get food. They gave me water, but didn't get food for the first 12 hours I was locked up. It was cold, quiet. So it's like you have no idea what's happening. And they do that tactic to scare you. Hopefully when they let you out, you just want to admit to everything.
So there also exists a treaty between the U.S. and Sweden called the Vienna Convention for Consular Relations. If the foreigner is detained, they have a right to immediately see an official from the U.S. consulate. And TMZ sources say that A$AP Rocky asked for that meeting. When an official from the American consulate arrived at the detention center, he was denied access, which is clearly in violation of the treaty. And after 2 days, eventually they were allowed a meeting, but not private. It was near 2 guards. Now, he's formally been charged with assault causing actual bodily harm. He faces up to 2 years in jail or a fine based on his daily earnings. First of all, a fine based on his daily earnings. It's kind of silly to not have a flat fine, if you ask me. I don't know if that's a normal thing or not. But so apparently Kanye West and Kim Kardashian got in the ear of the president's wife, and he tweeted this. So if what we're hearing is true, and the conditions are terrible, they hold people in solitary confinement, now having seen the whole video where these guys are refusing to stop stalking them, I guess you could call it. They hit the bodyguard with headphones, then stalk them and demand that they pay for it. And A$AP Rocky saying over and over and over again that they don't want any problems. And now we hear the guys being charged. You hear the girl at the end of the video saying that this guy slapped her and her girlfriend's ass. So you're going to treat an American citizen, someone who's not from your country, somebody who's a celebrity. First of all, it's bad optics. You're doing this to a celebrity. And you're going to do this to an American, and it's your standard to keep people in some sort of solitary confinement before they've hit a pre-trial? Sweden, who are you? You're supposed to be this so accepting, everyone can live here, we're super feminist society. What happened? Sweden, I'm begging you not to do this to yourself, because what's going to happen, Sweden, is this negative attention you're getting yourself is going to expose you. You've got firebombs and grenade attacks almost every day. Google firebomb in Sweden, you'll come up with a lot of search results. You've got no-go zones that you lied about at first and said didn't exist until Tim Pool went there and got attacked. And now you've got areas where UPS won't even go because their drivers get attacked. Hey, I need a package delivered. Sorry, we can't go there. People are going to beat up our driver. Oh, sounds lovely. Sweden's had so many rapes at music festival, they had to start a female-only music festival. Here's a headline: Swedish police investigate over 40 reports of rape and groping at 2 music festivals. That's from 2016. Now we learn that as a standard, you put people in solitary confinement before they've even had a pre-trial. Sounds very progressive of you. Not good, Sweden. Now, little Sweden doesn't need America coming together over this. They don't need the Republicans and the pop culture junkies and the rap stars and everybody else in the music industry. Justin Bieber's not happy about it. That's a start. Now you've got Trump not happy about it. This is not something you want, Sweden. You do not want people coming together about this topic because it's going to really expose you. What I would do is I would say give him probation, ban him for 6 months from the country, something like that, something that's a slap on the wrist. You're already known as the biggest pushover country in the world already. The internet mocks Sweden quite heavily for the poor choices that they've made over the years. But it's very shocking that they would go this route. They don't even arrest the guy who's attacking, clearly harassing them. I think beyond any reasonable doubt, these guys were harassing them. They attacked the bodyguard, hit him with their headphones. He claims he was cut. You can't really see. So you could save some face here, Sweden. You could save some face, and you could not look like you're completely biased here. And I have to admit, of course, I thought something else at the beginning, but after seeing all this evidence, seeing what Sweden seems to do regularly to people that they're charging with crimes, it's pretty terrible. Let me know what you think in the comments.